Facebook is one of my top positions in my portfolio, and here is why I'm still optimistic about the company even with its troubled past. Hi guys, Stanley here. I'm the co-founder of valueinvestasia.com, an investment portal where we'll give you investment news and also in-depth analysis on listed companies every single week. So if you are new to the channel, remember to hit that subscribe button so you will not miss out on any of our videos. Facebook is now the largest social network in the world. The company has 4 social apps that has more than 1 billion monthly active users. Facebook is now considered unofficially as our digital identity as well. After Facebook acquired Instagram back in 2012 for $1 billion, the growth of Instagram has pushed it to become the most important growth asset in Facebook. Facebook has also used Instagram to fought back the popularity of Snapchat, and now Instagram is again at the heart of Facebook's answer to ByteDance TikTok. Since its IPO back in 2012, Facebook has returned close to 800% for investors. This means that if you have invested $1,000 in Facebook during the IPO, it could be worth close to $8,000 today. Yet, the company has gone through numerous scandals during its volatile rise. Both the conflict between Mark Zuckerberg and the Winklevoss twins and his relationship with his co-founders have been sensationalized by the media in the movie The Social Network. On top of that, in 2018, Facebook was caught in the Cambridge Analytica scandal and exposed just how much user data are being tracked and leaked within their network. That might also be the reason that led the breakdown in relationship between Facebook management and the founders of Instagram and WhatsApp. And all that leads to them leaving the company subsequently. Co-founder of WhatsApp, Brian Acton, even went out publicly with his discontentment, urging people to delete their Facebook account. For a period, Facebook could be seen as close to being one of the most hated companies in the US. Yet today, Facebook's stock price has doubled since the Cambridge Analytica scandal. More people than ever are still on Facebook families of apps. I'm still invested in Facebook, and I can see myself holding on to this investment for many more years to come. And here are some reasons. For one, Facebook is one of the few companies in the world that has such a large social network. That means that they have the attention close to 3 billion people in the world. It might seem that Facebook is providing us with a rather useless service compared to technological companies like Microsoft, which provide us with important business softwares, or Amazon, which give us access to anything we want to buy. However, Facebook has captured something that is very important and very valuable: our attention. And according to latest report, an average user typically spends around 1 hour on Facebook assets a day. That's a huge amount of time spent, especially when the average person spends just about 3 hours on a smartphone a day. That means that about a third of our time on the phone is spent on Facebook assets. And with that attention, Facebook can generate income. And the main method for them to generate that income is from advertising. It is extremely easy for advertisers to start advertising across its platform to reach a very targeted set of audience. When we compare Facebook advertising to traditional advertising through TV or radio, it is vastly superior in terms of both cost and effectiveness. In the past, it is almost impossible for small business to advertise their products and services. The key advertisement outlet could be major networks like newspaper, television, or radio. And the cost to advertise on the newspaper in any meaningful pages size could be out of reach for small businesses. This means that small businesses are always disadvantaged when competing with large companies in the same industry. Moreover, the advertisements are hard to track on their effectiveness, and it is almost impossible for the company to segment their target audience from the newspaper. But with the rise of social media, now any small company is able to advertise to a very specific target audience with any budget they might have. Facebook also has one of the easiest to use advertising platforms for business owners as well. So even if the growth of Facebook user base might be slowing, the spending of advertisers are still growing significantly with much longer term potential to continue. Moreover, Facebook has positioned itself more towards e-commerce now by launching its Facebook stores and working with Shopify to bring e-commerce capability to its platform. Given that e-commerce is one of the key pillars in online economy, it provides Facebook with yet another long-term growth area. The prospect of Facebook means that the real potential of the company is far from over. But that does not mean Facebook is risk-free. In every investment, we have to weigh the pros and the cons to decide if the company is worth an investment. And Facebook is facing many negatives today as well. For one, competition is very strong. As internet speed is ever increasing, video consumption will become a more dominant part of our consumption online. And YouTube, by default, is still the long-form video platform of choice. TikTok is also gaining popularity every day with short-form videos. And apart from China, Twitch is gaining more popularity to become the main platform for live streaming. Although Facebook has all these capabilities, it is still far from challenging the dominance of all these competitors in their respective field. If that continues, Facebook might have an issue retaining the attention of internet users in the future. Without our attention, it becomes less attractive to advertisers, leading to possible declining revenue. On top of that, with the recent crackdown on Chinese tech firms by the Chinese government, many of these tech giants like Tencent, Alibaba or ByteDance might start to see the need to diversify their business away from China alone. They might become more aggressive in opening up their overseas market. This could increase the level of competition for Facebook as well. Similarly, governments around the world are seeing the power of Facebook. Manipulation in political advertising can swing election and has altered the outcome of election around the world. However, most governments, such as smaller countries like ourselves, would not have the bargaining power against Facebook. So the only government that might have an impact on the future of Facebook will still be the US government. And there are talks now on either regulating Facebook or breaking up the company entirely. In a way, Facebook is facing the same situation as Microsoft back in the 1990s. Microsoft was nearly broken up by the US government, and the co-founder Bill Gates was villainized by the media during that period. So it is not all that different from what Mark Zuckerberg is facing right now. All this could be a serious impact on Facebook's future. It is all depend on how management is able to navigate through these challenges. So far, the company is showing a very positive trend. Revenue is still growing around 28% a year over the past 3 years, and its net income is growing around 20% a year. The company is highly profitable with a 37% net income margin. The margin has been very stable over time, clearly indicating the pricing power Facebook has in the market. And now, with the price to earnings ratio of just around 25 times, it is trading at quite a reasonable valuation compared to its history. Social media is the television of our generation. If we look at history, television did not stop growing just because it became a regulated industry. It is only disrupted when a new medium, the internet, came along. So I do believe that the thing that will kill social media will not be regulation, but rather the next step in advancement in technology. And whichever form this new media will come along, if Facebook is not quick enough to jump onto the next train, it could be the end of the company. But until then, it seems that Facebook is still able to demand better revenue and attract new users consistently. That is why even as Facebook is reaching its $1 trillion market cap mark, I'm still very happy holding on to this investment. What about you? Is Facebook an investment for you? Share your reason with me below. And if you have gotten value from this video, please give us a like and share it with a friend who you think might benefit from it as well. If you're ready to take the next step into investing, you can always check out our free investing course at valueinvestasia.com/free course, where you can learn practical skills of investing like reading the financial statement to how to value a stock. As always, that's it from me. My name is Stanley. Invest safely.